This is the plaintiff, Melissa Sinea. She says she and her boyfriend rented an apartment from the defendant, and once they split up, she couldn't afford the rent anymore. She was on a month-to-month lease, decided to move out, and is now having one heck of a time getting her loser landlord to return her $650 security, so she's suing. This is the defendant, John Dubois. He says the plaintiff and her boyfriend were slobs who ruined his beautiful apartment. They threw chewing gum onto the carpeting, ripped up his linoleum floor, and since he's been a landlord for over 30 years, he knows he has every right to hold on to the plaintiff's security to cover his losses. He's accused of keeping it all.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says she and her boyfriend broke up. She couldn't afford the rent, so she moved out of the apartment, and now the landlord won't return the security. But the defendant says the plaintiff's ex was a total slob, throwing gum on the carpets. It's the case of chew on this.
Melissa Sinea?
Yes.
You are suing John Dubois for $650, your security deposit that he refuses to return. Tell me what's going on.
I moved into the apartment on December 1st of 2011 with my ex-boyfriend. We had a falling out in September of 2012, and I notified John before that we were going to be moving out because my ex-boyfriend had lost his job. When I had notified him that we were moving out, or that I had moved out ahead of time and let him know the circumstances as to what happened with my ex-boyfriend. And
you left when?
I moved out on September 11th, and my ex-boyfriend moved out by September 30th.
Okay.
I talked to John on the 30th, and he told me that the apartment was a mess. And so I told him I would be there the following day to clean it, because I figured my ex-boyfriend had not cleaned it and I had not seen the apartment. And I brought my father with me to clean the apartment. On the first...
Who's the person with you there?
That's my father.
Okay.
On October 1st, we cleaned the apartment. It took us about an hour and a half to clean wipe down the walls.
What were his complaints on that day?
He had told me that the walls were dirty and the windows, to be specific. And
So you said to him, no worries, I'll go back. I'm sorry, I thought I did it well enough, but I'll do it better.
Yes.
Had you cleaned the walls and the windows?
I went back and cleaned everything.
No, had you before that?
No, I did not. My ex-boyfriend was living there, and we were not
right
going.
So you didn't clean it all. He was the last out.
Yes.
Okay.
And he had vacuumed and stuff like that, but he didn't wipe out the refrigerator, wipe down the counter, stuff like that.
He didn't clean. All right. So go ahead.
I went back home and I mailed him.
You sent him a certified letter saying where you wanted your security deposit to come to?
Yes.
All right. Then the 30 days pass. You don't hear from him.
Yep. So I filed the court case. After I filed the court case, his girlfriend, Cindy, started calling me and texting me.
Okay.
So my dad called her, and she was rude to him on the phone.
Come on, Dad. How was she rude to you?
Basically, I spoke with her, and I said, your 30 days had passed due to Connecticut law. And she offered us money back in the security deposit. And I told her that wasn't an option. And
wait, she offered you what?
She offered us part of the money back in the
part
security.
of the money back.
Yep.
What part did she say?
About $300.
She wanted to keep $300 because she said the place was dirty.
Yeah, she wanted to give me like $350 back.
And you said no. We want
I
the whole
said
thing
no. And basically, she got kind of rude after that. And I said,
how did she get rude? That's a conclusion, not a fact. Tell me how she got rude.
She was stating that it was kind of childish of Melissa to get her parents involved and
how old are you, Melissa?
So forth.
I'm 23.
And what did she say about him getting his girlfriend involved?
That was a bridge I didn't bother crossing.
Yeah, my contract was with John, not with Cindy.
Yeah, he uses a rep. She uses a rep. Okay. What's going on? Why won't you return the girl's security deposit?
Like she said, in the end of September, her boyfriend was living there pretty much the whole month. On October 1st, Larry had seen me in the back. I was cutting wood and stuff.
Who's Larry?
Larry's her boyfriend.
Ex.
And he said,
right?
ex-boyfriend, correct.
Yeah.
And he said, John, when I was taking the washing machine and dryer out, I ripped the linoleum upstairs in the bathroom.
Oh.
And I said, all right, no big deal, as long as the place is clean. When I went there October 1st, me and my girlfriend and Will, who was the tenant downstairs, looked at the place, and it was disgusting.
Do you have
I mean,
pictures?
yes. Well, I
Can I
have.
see
I just have pictures of the ripped linoleum and the rug, and they're my
You didn't take
witnesses.
pictures of how dirty the place was?
No, but I have pictures of the rug where it's ripped after I
The
rug doctored
linoleum.
it. And linoleum where it's ripped.
Right.
The place was disgusting. The stove never been cleaned. You could have write wash me on the windows. They both smoked. It was never clean. So I went October 2nd, I got a rug doctor and I started cleaning. We spent 3 or 4 days in there cleaning.
Okay,
And
give
I
me the
have
pictures of the linoleum ripped. Give me any pictures you have. And then do
And
you
then
have
I
a
have a
receipt for the rug doctor?
In a floor covering shop, what it would cost though.
Why floor covering for the linoleum?
Yes.
Right. Did you ever send out a letter itemizing why you were keeping the money?
I would have given her all the money back.
That's not, okay, that is the answer to, would you have given her all the money back? I asked a specific question. Listen.
So this landlord is saying it took me 3 or 4 days to clean a fairly small apartment. Are you buying that?
No.
I mean, how long does it take to clean even a messy apartment?
It should take no more than a day. I don't think so.
It depends if he hires a crew from the outside.
No, he's doing it himself.
So it shouldn't take 3 or 4 days.
What should it take?
A day, maximum.
Is it possible that an apartment could take 3 days to clean?
I don't think so. That seems very unreasonable.
And is it suspicious that the landlord doesn't bring pictures? You're nodding yes. Didn't bring pictures of the damage.
Yeah, it's show me the trash or kiss my.
Going inside the courtroom.
Did you ever send her a letter itemizing why you were keeping any portion of the security deposit?
No, because she never called me
Do
back.
you want, it has nothing to do with who calls you, who begs you. It doesn't matter. Do
I
you
didn't itemize
stop
anything.
talking. Do you understand that the law in your state requires you as a landlord, before you can keep a penny, to send a letter in those first 30 days saying, itemizing, I'm going to keep XYZ because of ABC. Do you know that that's what the law requires you as a landlord to do?
I didn't know that.
Do you know it now?
Yes.
Do you know it now because I said it, or you know it now before you came here?
I know it now because you said it.
Really? Even before you came here, you didn't look it up? Okay. Yeah. You're supposed to send an itemized letter in your great state of Connecticut, as in many states, within the 30 days saying why you are keeping it. Now, Connecticut is kind of strict. They're one of the states that give you big fat punishment when you don't. What they say is that you now have to return to her double the security deposit, not just the amount she's suing for, but double the security deposit. But Connecticut allows you to say, but judge, look at the damages and subtract the damages from whatever you're going to order me to do. All right, so let's look at geez, what did he do to that floor? How old is this linoleum?
2 years.
Do you have a receipt for the linoleum so you can show me how old it is? Because
No, I
if I'm
don't.
going to depreciate a value to the linoleum, I have to know how much it's worth.
Okay.
Do you have it?
No, I don't.
Okay. Are you learning anything by this experience?
Yeah, to take pictures before and after.
Take pictures, keep receipts, bring proof, that kind of thing. Do you have proof that you paid somebody to clean the place after she left?
No, I didn't pay anybody. Me and my girlfriend cleaned it.
Okay,
Rug
come on
doctored
up and call your witnesses. Tell me what you want me to hear from them. Go ahead, talk
This
to me.
Cindy, my girlfriend.
Okay.
It was disgusting. There was big black scuff marks all over the walls. We had to repaint in there. The stove was totally disgusting, burnt, spilt over stuff all over the place. Big stains on the carpets. Bathroom never cleaned. The toilet was gross. The refrigerator was disgusting.
Why didn't somebody take pictures?
Actually,
I never thought I'd be
we
here.
didn't think it would come down to this because we used to be really good friends.
You used to be really good friends with her?
Yes, they would come over all the time. We would go out on the boat, have picnics, what have you.
Really?
Yes.
As of October 1st, never heard from her again.
Never heard from her again.
Okay, so did you have to clean the place?
Yes, I did.
And how long did it take you to clean the place?
It took me probably 3 days. And I mean,
you know, I've cleaned a lot of places in my day. And
Number 3 days?
it's never taken me 3 days to clean anything.
Well,
and
when
I've,
you
you know,
work
and I mean big places. I don't understand why people.
When you work
it took me
7:30
18
to
months.
5.
You know, I mean, come on.
Be honest, she was still
yeah,
working.
when you work 7:30 to 5 and you get out and you only have like
So it
a few
didn't
hours,
take you 3 days.
The electricity was off, first of all.
Okay, so
We
it didn't
have
take you
the
3 days.
light.
It took you 1 hour the first day, 1 hour. You know, it didn't take 3 days. It took 3 hours. You understand? So it doesn't really make
Well,
sense
not
when
the
you
whole
say it that
entire
way.
day, but it did take a while.
Okay.
And there was
Who
all
cleaned
kinds
it?
of dirt and grime all
Who
over the
cleaned
molding.
it? Who cleaned it? You did, or he
Yeah.
did, or
both did.
Smoke debris all over the
Can you
walls, the
please
windows.
answer what I'm asking? Who cleaned it?
I did, and John.
Okay.
And she just stated a little while ago to you, she cleaned it for an hour and a half. If you've lived there a year, I don't think an hour and a half cleaning warrants cleaning it. and on October 1st, I got to spend a few days cleaning it. It's not ready to rent. It's disgusting.
Okay, here's the deal. The law your state is pretty strict against landlords, and it says that if they don't send that letter that we've already gone over that you have to send, itemizing the stuff, and I suggest you take pictures and include it in that letter for the next tenant, all right, then you're entitled to double. You're only suing for the single amount. You're entitled to double, okay? But he's entitled to deduct from it any damages that he can prove. Some states say you can't even come in and bother, tough for you, you lost the damages. Not your state, it lets you come in. So now we're gonna get into the damages part. So we start from the figure $1,300, which is double the security deposit. That's a law in your state. We deduct from it, I'm going to deduct $200 based on the condition that the place was left in terms of cleaning. I'm going to deduct $250 based on the aged linoleum. I'm taking into account the fact that you're not showing me how old the linoleum was, but I'm looking at a picture of it. That's not a very durable, strong product, and I'm depreciating it. So frankly, I think I'm being generous, which means that you need to return to the plaintiff tenant a total of $850. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
First out here, the defendant, step right in here and tell me, you learned a lot about the law here today, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, what are the main things you think you learned?
To cover your butt, in the future, you want to definitely make sure you take pictures before and after.
That's correct.
You never know when you're going to be on a people's court.
That's correct. And what about sending the 30-day letter itemizing the reasons you're keeping security deposit? You got that?
Also, yes.
Okay. All right. Right down this way, okay? Head right down there. Come on in here and tell me, what's your feeling on the outcome here of this thing? Did you know about the double security?
Yes.
You did know about that?
Yes,
we
did.
You were only suing for security, not double, though. The judge gave it to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We heard about kind of a dirty-sounding lifestyle there, huh?
Yes, I am not a dirty person, and my ex-boyfriend cleaned the apartment before I went and cleaned it, so.
Did he do a lot of damage in there?
No, he did not. It was only a small rip in the linoleum that was ripped before.
All right, over to Harvey now.
Okay, this is really important if you're a landlord or a tenant. The ground rules vary from state to state, but in most states, if a tenant moves out, the landlord has a duty within a certain period of time, usually it's somewhere between 14 days and a month, a certain amount of time to either give the security deposit back to the tenant or give part of it back or none of it back, but then itemize exactly why the landlord is keeping part or all of the security. If the landlord doesn't do that, the landlord could be subject to double or even triple damages, which serve as a penalty for the wrongdoing.